Okay, so now that you have the basic understanding of what each of the social media sites are and how they can work for business, let's talk a little bit about the purpose of social media. So, if you think about it, it's very simple. It is being social on a media. If you think of media as multiple mediums, and if you think of a medium as a surface for which people communicate, such as phone call, email, Facebook, Instagram, is the media platforms that are social through. Now, if you think about it in this way, you can think about it in how you would interact in all sorts of other media as well. For example, how would you communicate your business through the medium of talking to somebody in person, through the medium of a letter? The big piece is it's social. Another way to think about it is storytelling through media, because storytelling is such a big part of business. And sharing your story with the world, sharing the product story, sharing the story of the customer and how your product or service is going to help them. So, what does this look like more specifically? Let's get social with it. Let's communicate. Let's keep in touch. Social media is all about connecting. Think about how people interact when they talk with each other and how people interact online. You know, in a face-to-face conversation, one person talks and then the other person talks and the other person talks. On Facebook, one person will write a comment and someone else might respond to it, and you'll have a full chain of conversations. One of the nice things about the medium of social media is you can have multiple conversations at once, which is a lot more effective than trying to have multiple conversations at once in person. So think a lot about how people talk in that way. To move it more towards a business perspective, think about why people buy, how a business grows in a community, what people think about selling and buying. People love to buy stuff, but nobody wants to feel sold to. And that's how social media comes in. It helps you build that relationship. Every business has a brand, and as a brand, that business needs to be building relationship with their customers and potential clients. You do this by talking with people, by sharing with people, by showing them videos like a TV commercial. Except for the beautiful thing about social media is that people can actually interact with these videos and with these comments and with these pictures, as opposed to just having to watch a TV ad or listen to a radio ad. They get to actually build that relationship. So think about these pieces of the true purpose of social media from that perspective of looking at human behavior, how people talk and buy and what they like to buy and how businesses work. Pay attention next time you're in the store. How do people browse through? How do they interact with people who work for the business? You know, like at a restaurant, how do people interact with the waitress, with the servers, with the cooks, with all the pieces that you see and all the pieces you don't see? So keeping that in mind, social media is people, and that's the big purpose behind it. That will help you in deciding the rest of the pieces of this once you have that full grasp of how that works.